Hello friends, welcome to Story Time with Teacher Julian. Today's book is called Pablo's Tree. It was written by Pat Mora and illustrated by Cecily Lang. And we look at the cover of our book, Pablo's Tree, and we can see that this is Pablo and this is his tree. And I'm asking the question, why does Pablo have his own tree? What do you think? Why would he have it? Well, let's crack the book open and we'll find out. Pablo's tree. Pablo's tree. I'm ready, Mama, I say. I'm ready for my birthday visit to Lito's. Hurry, Mama. I want to see my tree. I wonder if Lito, my grandfather, remembered. I wonder if he remembered to decorate my tree. I ask Mama, did Abuelito decorate my tree? So Pablo is talking about his Abuelito, Lito. Abuelito, Lito, that's his grandfather. So he calls him that. That's Abuelito is grandfather in Spanish. When he says decorate his tree, he means to add something to it to make it look different or better, somehow change it. Your grandfather does not forget to decorate your tree, Pablo. Do you have your suitcase? What new birthday toys are you taking to Abuelito's? Asked Mama. I got my purple car, my book about whales, my tambourine, and my flute, I say. There's the purple car, book on whales, the flute, and his tambourine. The tambourine is like a little frame with metal or plastic jingly things on it, so when you shake it or tap it against something, it will make a sound. Like it's a musical instrument, a percussion musical instrument. It means you hit it against something. Every year, I spend my night after my birthday at my grandfather's house. We sit under my tree. We play with my new toys. Every year, Lito decorates my tree for my birthday visit. Maybe my grandfather forgot. Are you sure he didn't forget? I ask. I'm sure, says Mama. Please tell me, Mama, I say. Tell me what Lito puts on my tree. Is it lights? Is it little piñatas? Mama smiles. Pablo, she says, don't you like surprises? Come, let's go see your tree. As we drive along, I ask, is it little animals? Is it candy? My mother just smiles and winks. Lito, Lito, I say, I'm here. Lito opens the screen door. His face is happy, like a full moon. Lito gives my mother a kiss and a hug. Lito, I say, I brought my new birthday toys. We can sit under my tree and play with all my toys all day and all night. Please tell me, Mama, I say. Tell me what Lito put on my tree. Is it lights? Is it little piñatas? Mama smiles. Pablo, she says, don't you like surprises? Come, let's go see your tree. As we drive along, I ask, is it little animals? Is it candy? My mother just smiles and winks. Lito, Lito, I say, I'm here. Lito opens the screen door. His face is happy, like a full moon. Lito gives my mother a kiss and a hug. Lito, I say, I brought my new birthday toys. We can sit under my tree and play with my toys all day and all night. Look at their faces. How do you think they feel? Lito and my mother laugh. Pablo, says Lito, hugging me. ¿Cómo está mi nieto grande? How is my big grandson? I give Lito a giant hug. He almost falls down. Pablo, says Mama, cuidado, be careful. But Lito likes my giant hugs. Let's go see my tree, I say. Hurry, hurry, Lito. I take Lito's hand and I pull him to the back door. When I see my tree, I run to it. I touch the tiny colored bells and wind chimes. Ooh, I say. I run around the tree, touching the bells and the chimes. The wind blows and my tree jingles and rings. These right here are wind chimes. They're like little tubes that when the wind blows, it makes them jingle. And they have like little bells on it too. So anytime the wind blows or the tree will move a little bit, the wind chimes will make a sound. I give Lito another giant hug, and again I almost knock him down, but he just smiles. Mama gives each of us a goodbye kiss. We take her to her car. We put my suitcase in my room. Lito throws me an apple. We take a bag of toys out to the table under my tree. Lito plays my flute. He says, Pablo, do you remember the story of your tree? I run around and around my tree. I touch the branches so the bells and the chimes ring. I shake my new tambourine. Sounds like a party. One day my mother came to this house. I say, Yes, says Lito. Your mother said, I'm going to adopt a baby. I went to the nursery down the street and bought a small tree. I said, Este árbol es para mi nieto. This tree is for my grandson. Your mother said, Ay, papi. What if the baby is a girl? I said. I love little girls, but this tree is for my boy. If it's a boy, he will have your name. He will be Pablo too, said your mother. Lito stops and smiles. Then he asks, What did we buy for the new baby, Pablo? You and Mama bought bottles and blankets for me, I say. Yes, said Lito, laughing. We waited and waited for the phone to ring. We waited for the words, Come for your baby. I watered your tree, but I didn't plant it. I waited for you. Here they are with the blankets and the baby bottles and everything, and there's Pablo's tree in a pot. You can see that Grandpa's taking care of it right there. First, I put the little tree in our front yard near the sidewalk. Nope, I said, this spot is too noisy for my boy's tree. And then you put it there in the rose garden. I say, but you saw too many thorns. Then you put my tree here. One day, says Lito, the phone rang. Your mother called. Her voice was full of smiles. She said, Papa, guess what? I said, when do I see my boy? Your mother laughed and laughed. She said, Papa, how did you know? I put your tree by the front door to welcome you. I washed my face and combed my hair. I looked out the window and waited for your mother's car. I went out front and walked back and forth on the sidewalk. Then I saw it. I watched your mother lift you out so carefully. I looked at you and you looked at me. Your mother said, "Hold him, Papa. Hold Pablo." You fit right in my arms. I said, "Pablo, come and see your tree." Then I said, "Come, let's plant Pablo's tree." Your mother held you while I got my shovel and watering can, said Lito. Carefully, I dug a hole and planted your tree here in the sun. I say, and the tree grew and grew like me. On your first birthday, said Lito, I hung streamers on your little tree. Yellow, orange, red. I carried you out to see them. And I grabbed them in my fist, I say. See how little Pablo is right here and how small his tree is? On your second birthday, I tied balloons of every color, said Lito. You ran around and your tree, and I lifted you up to touch your balloons. You did not let me rest. I see that Pablo is getting a little bit bigger, and the tree looks a little bit wider. On my third birthday, you put paper lanterns on my tree. See how tall Pablo is, and how tall the tree is, and how wide it is, a lot of branches. Now it has paper lanterns on it, which means it's a little, like a light that people will put maybe like a little light bulb or a candle in to make it so you can see at night. That's what a lantern is, and these are made out of paper. And what was on your tree last year? Asked Lito. Bird cages, I say. You put tiny bird cages all over my tree. And this birthday is bells and chimes. I race around and around my tree. I touch the branches and they ring. Now look how tall the tree is. It's even taller than Grandpa. Lito and I sit and listen to the wind. We listen to my tree. We munch our apples. I ask, what will you put on my tree next year, Lito? Lito chuckles and winks. Pablo, that's a surprise. The end. It's the back of the book. His tambourine and his flute and all the stars. Pablo's tree. So friends, you saw all the decorations that Pablo's Lito put on the tree. Every year was different. So next year he asks, what's going to be on the tree next year? Well, Grandpa, Abuelito, he won't tell him. Not until next year. What do you think that Lito would put on the tree? what would you put on the tree for decorations? We saw paper lanterns, we saw bird cages, the chimes, balloons, streamers. What would you put on a tree to decorate it? Would you put all the same things or different things? That would be a surprise. All right, my friends, until next time, I'll say goodbye.